Good morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to WeatherHQ. Today's headlines. The Health Department leads the observance of the second National Bike to Work Day in Marikina City. Together with the World Health Organization, the annual activity aims to raise public awareness on the viability of cycling as a mode of transport and promote a balanced and healthful ecology. At least 27 people are killed in the Indonesian province of Sumatra following torrential rain that caused flash floods and landslides in 4 different districts. And 5 fatalities are reported in South Korea following its second day of heavy snowfall. More on our global weather. Well, it's a Friday. Let's take a look at the latest weather forecast coming from Pag-asa, where we have 3 prevailing weather systems that will bring rain in our country today. The residents of Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Aurora will experience cloudy skies with rains due to the northeast monsoon that is flowing in through right over here. Now, it will also bring isolated light rains here in Metro Manila and the rest of Central Luzon and the Ilocos region. Now, the shear line, which is right over there, it is a boundary where cold and warm air meet, will also bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and thunderstorms as well in the eastern sections of central and southern Luzon, particularly in the Quezon, Laguna, and the Bicol region. Now, due to the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, that is affecting Visayas and Mindanao. As we move on over to the side here, just to show you where the ITCZ is, over here in Visayas and in Mindanao. The eastern and central Visayas, the Negros Island region, and Mindanao will have cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Now, because of that, make sure you watch out for possible flash floods and landslides due to the moderate to, at times, heavy rains. Now, for the rest of the country, you can expect generally fair weather conditions with chances for isolated rain showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon or the evening. But how's it like at sea? Well, let's find out. As for our sea condition, the gale warning is up in the coastal waters of Batanes, Ilocos Norte, and the northern coast of Ilocos Sur, Cagayan, Isabela, and the northern coast of Aurora. As you can see here, how the conditions are going. Now, seafarers in these areas in particular are advised not to venture out to sea, as you will likely experience rough to very rough sea conditions with possible wave heights of up to 4.5 meters high due to the northeast monsoon. Now, let's take a look at the weather conditions here in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao based on the Metro weather. Now, let's start with northern Luzon. Now, due to the northeast monsoon, again, it's flying in from over here. Now, cloudy skies with rain showers are expected in Apari, Tuguegarao, and Baguio City. As you can see here, the lowest temperature in this area will be in Baguio. As per usual, 16 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius being the high. Now, the highest is 27 degrees Celsius in Tuguegarao in this particular region, here in the central area. But of course, you go around Vigan, a bit hot there, 30 degrees Celsius, and San Fernando, 29 degrees Celsius. Dagupan, a bit scorching here, 32 degrees Celsius here in Dagupan. So do watch out for that. Basco over here in Batanes, 24 degrees Celsius. Now, let's move on over to Central Luzon, where most parts of the region will experience generally fair weather, except here in Metro Manila and Lucban, Quezon, which will have cloudy skies with rain showers. As you can see here, Lucban and Metro Manila, the only ones not experiencing cloudy or clear weather. Temperatures in Iba, Tarlac, San Jose, Mariveles, and Tagaytay range from 21 to 32 degrees Celsius. At Tagaytay, having a high of 26 degrees Celsius, so one of the cooler places here, apart from Lucban, who is experiencing a high of 24 degrees Celsius. Let's go down south even further to southern Luzon. Now, cloudy skies with chances of isolated rains are expected in Puerto Galera, Daet, and Romblon, while in Coron, Legazpi, and Verac, good weather is expected. As you can see here, Daet, Romblon, and Puerto Galera will have a bit of wet weather. Verac, Legazpi, and Coron, on the other hand, a bit of cloudy weather there, but temperatures are still high. In Coron in particular, 32 degrees Celsius, so make sure you do watch out for that. Now, the temperatures in these areas range from 24 to 31 degrees Celsius, so make sure you plan appropriately. Let's now go on over to see the Visayas region. We mentioned a while ago that there is an ITCZ. Now that will bring cloudy skies with high chances of rain showers. That is expected in Boracay, Metro Cebu, and in Tacloban. As you can see here, those three areas in particular experiencing wet and a bit dark weather. While in Bacolod, Tagbilaran, and Catarman, good weather is expected with the temperature highest in these areas at 31 degrees Celsius. As you can see here, good weather in these areas, a bit different from the more central parts of Visayas. Now in Mindanao, the whole region will experience cloudy skies with rain showers, particularly in Zamboanga, Dipolog, Butuan, Marawi, Cagayan de Oro, General Santos, Metro Davao, and all of this is because of the ITCZ. Now the ITCZ, as we saw a while ago, impacting the entire area, and that is the reason why we're seeing similar weather conditions all around. But despite the rain showers, Zamboanga and Dipolog in particular, 34 degrees Celsius, that's going to be the high there. So make sure that you do plan appropriately. It will be raining, but it will still be steaming. Make sure you watch out for that. Butuan, Cagayan de Oro, and Metro Davao, 31 degrees is the highest possible there. Now, what should we expect in the next coming days? Because obviously, we're excited for the weekend. Let's take a look at Metro's weather 3-day forecast. Metro Manila, better to stay at home this weekend because cloudy skies with possible rain showers are expected starting tomorrow, and that will last until Monday. Now, the lowest possible temperature in Metro Manila is around 24 degrees Celsius, with the high being at 30 degrees Celsius. So do prepare for that. Saturday, cloudy weather. Sunday and Monday, a bit wet. Now, moving on to the Queen City of the South, the 3-day weather here in Cebu. Now, for the Queen City of the South, cloudy skies and rain showers are also expected until Sunday. Again, this is all due to the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the ITCZ. Now, despite the cloudy skies, the temperatures are still going to be a bit on the hotter range, around 26 to 31 degrees Celsius, with the high being at 31 degrees on Sunday and on Monday. Moving on to Metro Davao, still being affected by the ITCZ, just like Metro Cebu, residents will continue to experience cloudy skies with rain showers until Monday. Now, temperatures in these areas will range from 22 to 33 degrees Celsius starting tomorrow until Sunday. A bit cooler, though, compared to what we saw a while ago in Dipolog and in Zamboanga. So, for those in Metro Davao, do plan appropriately. Might get a bit stormy on Sunday and Monday, but still, temperatures staying high at 33 degrees. Now, that will happen until Sunday as we move on here, because when we return, we'll check with Pag-asa to see how the ITCZ will impact our weather in the coming days. Don't go away. You're still watching WeatherHQ.
East monsoon as Amihan. It's a special weather pattern that really influences our country, especially during the cooler months from October to March. The wind blows gently from the northeast towards the southwest, coming from high-pressure spots over mainland Asia, like China and Siberia. These winds then make their way to low-pressure areas over the Pacific Ocean. Now, when Amihan arrives, it brings refreshing, cooler temperatures, especially to the northern and central parts of the Philippines. That's why December to February are often the coolest months of the year, making the weather really pleasant. Now, let's talk about the perks of Amihan. For agriculture, the cooler and drier weather is a welcome change from the hot and rainy days. It helps our crops thrive, especially in regions that experience heavy rainfall during the wet season. As for tourism, the cool temperatures during Amihan make it a fantastic time to explore popular spots, Baguio, Tagaytay, famous highland areas that are great for their inviting weather during the season. That's the reason why a lot of visitors come in from near and far to enjoy the weather there.
We are giving spotlight with this innovative business enterprises that shares growth in our community. We're giving these entrepreneurs a chance to boost their business in the market.
We hope that we inspired you to embrace your passions and strive for your dreams.
Let's join Mai Rodriguez together with different entrepreneurs to know their stories and challenges. Pathways to Success, 11 a.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good morning, everyone!
Let's begin your morning with these people that gives you the hottest information.
Are happy to share with you some magic that will make you smile, dance, and feel the love.
With excitement and fun to start your day.
It's a light of the morning with positivity, joy, and a sprinkle, a dash of fun.
Join Paolo del Rosario, Ann Asis Carrillo, and Monique Tuzon.
Ready to start our day with a smile.
It's a beautiful day.
Your newest source of news and information.
That's it?
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow.
Oh, man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasang Converge.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda. No privacy.
This is BNC, and we are everywhere. Get the latest on the economy and the financial
We
market.
got a really big push during the pandemic, but since then, how has it been? Now, fundamentally, and given the anticipated rate cuts, where do you see the PSE index headed if either Trump or Harris win?
Down to each basis point.
12.75 billion peso deal to modernize the Lagundingan International Airport, a move that's expected to boost Mindanao's economy.
Basis points with Mikey Ored. Weekdays, 9:30 a.m. on BNC.
It has been days since the ITCZ affected the southern part of the country, and the Intertropical Convergence Zone is known to be a breeding ground of low-pressure areas. Now, to know more about what to expect with the weather in the upcoming days, we have with us on the phone Pag-asa weather specialist Ana Claurel. Magandang umaga, Ana. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes po, magandang umaga rin po.
Ana, base sa monitoring po ninyo, are there any low-pressure areas developing in the Visayas and Mindanao dahil sa ITCZ?
Yes po, currently wala pa po tayong minomonitor na LPA or bagyo na nasa loob o posible pong mabuo sa ating area of responsibility, but yung chance po na magkaroon tayo ng low pressure area is hindi po natin nire-rule out dahil nga sa prevailing na intertropical convergence zone. So ngayon may mga namumuo pong medyo makakapal na kaulapan, but hindi pa naman po ito yung kumbaga hindi pa po ganun siya kababa yung pressure, hindi pa rin po kaya wala pa rin po tayong low pressure area na minomonitor, pero yun nga po, continue monitoring po tayo kung sakaling may mabuo na low pressure area dito sa kumpol na mga kaulapan na nakaka-apekto sa Visayas at Mindanao.
Ana, just for the sake of our viewers here, since we have a bit of time, itong ITCZ, for those who don't understand kung ano po ito at bakit nagkakaroon ng mga low pressure area dahil dito, what is the science behind that?
Yes po, ito pong Intertropical Convergence Zone, ito po yung, kumbaga po, meron po tayong dalawang hangin po, no, pinanggagalingan na hangin. Yung isa po ay galing sa northeasterly o yung galing po sa hilagang silangan na hangin, and then yung isang hangin naman po ay galing po sa southeasterly. So itong dalawang hangin po na to, nagkakaroon po sila ng convergence o salubungan. So kapag nagsasalubong po kasi itong mga yung dalawang hangin po natin na galing sa magkaibang direksyon is mataas po yung chance na magkaroon po ito ng mga cloud formation. So kapag malakas nga po itong convergence zone na to, since nag-perform po ito ng mga kapal na kaulapan, kaya po nagkakaroon po ng low pressure area. At kapag malayo po ito or kapag nasa kalupaan po itong mga kumpol ng kaulapan na to, ay dahil alam nga po natin na madaming moisture dyan sa may karagatan, kaya po posible na kapag nasa karagatan at favorable po environment ay hindi lamang po yung low pressure area yung ma-form. Posible rin po ito mag-intensify into tropical cyclones.
I'll ask about that in just a bit, Ana. But
Yes,
then,
po.
of course, na-mention po din natin kanina na may shear line ngayon sa Pilipinas in terms of the weather systems affecting us here today. Ano po ang difference nun compared to the ITCZ, considering meeting din sila ng different types of winds?
Yes, tama po kayo, no? So, yan nga po, no? So, basically, kapag meron po tayong convergence o kumbaga po salubungan ng dalawang hangin na magkaiba po pinanggagalingan, may mga na-form po na mga kaulapan. So, ito naman pong shear line, ang hangin naman po natin dito ay yung northeasterly, yung galing din po sa, yung malamig na hangin din po sa may hilagang silangan. Then, meron naman po tayong easterly sa baba. So, yung easterly naman po, yan po yung mainit na hangin mula sa dagat Pasipiko. So, nagsasalubong din po itong dalawang hangin po na to na kung saan ay tulad na kanina, nagpo-form po yung mga kaulapan po natin. So ang tawag naman po natin kapag yun po yung yun yung hangin na nagsasalubong ay shear line naman po.
Anna, you mentioned it a while ago that dahil may mga LPA that comes from the ITCZ, typically may chance na magiging tropical cyclone po siya. How often does that happen? And of course, considering na mas malapit siya yung formation if ever to the Philippines, does that mean na mas mahina po siya compared to the ones that we have typically experienced in the northern parts of Luzon?
Yes po, opo. Sa ngayon, wala pa naman po tayo nakikita no, na ganung or posible maging bagyo po ngayon sa loob na intertropical convergence zone. Pero yun nga po, kapag may ganung scenario po ay kumbaga po mataas po yung tsansa na magkakaroon po ng LPA doon sa ITVZ. Pero yun nga, minsan po kasi yung intertropical convergence zone natin kumbaga po nagmo-move po kasi ito, minsan tataas. So may season po tayo na nasa taas. And then ngayon po sa buwan na to or by November, December po ay mas mababa na po yung axis na intertropical convergence zone. So kaya ang naapektuhan po nito mostly ay yung nasa Mindanao area na po. At yun nga po, kapag merong ITVZ ay mataas yung chance ng mga LPAs or tropical cyclones, lalo na po kapag favorable yung condition to intensify o to develop po yung mga ganong klaseng system.
Ana, nakita natin yung weather forecast for the weekend sa Mindanao at siguro may nagtataka kung bakit medyo mainit pa rin sa Mindanao, especially sa Zamboanga de Polo, kahit may ITCZ at medyo maulan dyan po. Is there any science behind that?
Opo, sa ngayon po, no, base po sa ating mga datos po na meron, ito pong ITZZ ay meron pong kumpol na kaulapan. Medyo nakafocus po dito sa may Caraga, Davao Region area. And then Zamboanga del Norte, medyo may mga kaulapan na po tayo nakikita. At hanggang maghapon po, posible po na mas mag-form pa po itong mga kaulapan nito at bumagsak po yung mga pag-ulan ngayong hapon, gabi at madaling araw po dala ng intertropical convergence.
Ana, patapos na ang November, of course, going into December, and people are wondering, are we expecting any tropical cyclones? How many, if ever, para sa month of December?
Yes po, for the month of December, 1 to 2 tropical cyclones is possible po na ma-form o pumasok po na ating area of responsibility. At yun po yung naasahan natin by December.
Ana Claren Horda, the weather specialist coming from Pag-asa. This was one of our longer interviews at medyo naging test po siya. You passed with flying colors and you made us smarter at the same time. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Salamat po. Magandang umaga.
And of course, we have a lot more when we return here on WeatherHQ. Coming up, it's the global weather. Keep it here. You're watching BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Hey, welcome back. This is WeatherHQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. Eastern Uganda has been deluged by heavy rains in the past few days, causing landslides in several villages. It left 15 people dead and more than 100 others missing. Landslide hit the village of Masugu in eastern Bulambuli district on Wednesday. The other villages, Namashele, Natola, Namagugu, and Tagalu, were also affected. The government issued a national disaster alert after reports of flooding and landslides. A video from the Uganda Red Cross showed a huddle of people desperately digging through the disturbed earth as women wailed in the background. District Commissioner Fahiri Impalanyi said that 6 bodies, including a baby, had been recovered from Masugu village. Police said they were working with the local community and other security agencies to intensify rescue operations. Still, they were hindered by impassable roads, blocking ambulances and rescue vehicles from reaching the scene. At least 27 people are killed in the Indonesian province of Sumatra following torrential rains since last week that caused flash floods and landslides in 4 different districts. Heavy rains also triggered floods in the provincial capital of Medan, forcing a delay in votes for a regional election in some polling stations. Indonesian rescuers toiled through mud and fallen trees to search for passengers trapped in a minibus buried in the mud. and other victims after flash floods and landslides hit the Sibolangit district and several other locations in North Sumatra province. The country's weather agency has warned that extreme weather is expected in Indonesia towards the end of the year as the La Nina phenomenon increases rainfalls across the tropical archipelago. In Jakarta, people waded through floodwater after the city experienced flash floods on Thursday. Local media revealed that 51 neighborhood units were inundated with water, and in the most affected areas, water levels reached 2.6 meters. In Sri Lanka, heavy rains and winds also caused flooding and landslides, leaving 12 people dead, with 2 children and 2 men still missing. President Anura Kumara Dissanyanke held an emergency meeting with military officials, and rescue teams have been deployed to assist those stranded. To mitigate flooding, sluice gates of major dams have been opened, while the weather disturbance over the southwest Bay of Bengal is expected to develop into a cyclonic storm. The Disaster Management Center assures it will not enter the country and will pass near its north coast before heading towards India's Tamil Nadu state. Over in South Korea faced heavy snowfall for a second day on Thursday, resulting in dozens of flight cancellations, suspended ferry operations, and at least 5 reported deaths. Severe snow in South Korea in a significant incident, a pileup involving 53 cars occurred in Wonju due to the weather conditions, injuring at least 11 people, with 3 hospitalized. The Interior Ministry has raised its disaster response, forecasting up to 5 centimeters of snow per hour and warning of potential damage due to the wet and heavy snow. The snowfall was the 3rd heaviest recorded in Seoul since records began in 1907. And that's WeatherHQ for today and for this week. Join us again on Monday here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Have a great weekend.